Hey, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't subscribed yet? IUIC Atlanta Burning 2.0. What you waiting on? Get it done. Do it now.
Hey, get them clicks, get them likes, and subscribe. Do it now.
You go to church, Sasha? Well, you say you don't go.
Well, no, I do. No, I do go to church. I'm just trying to more so. I feel like I'm still in a learning state. I'm trying to decide what I really believe because I don't want to be forced to.
Gotcha. So you're trying to find out what's true.
Yeah.
Good deal. How you doing, mother? I'm doing well. What's your name? Elizabeth? All praises. That's a beautiful name. People walk around with biblical names and stuff. You know, good stuff. So now, my name's Aton. So, you go to church?
No.
Good. Why did you used to go to church?
To Christian church?
Yeah, any church.
Oh, when I was a little girl.
Why did you stop going?
Well, I stopped because I didn't feel nothing.
You didn't feel anything. Now, I understand where you're coming from, but what feeling were you looking for while you were there?
I don't know. Growing up, I think I was more looking into the world because I didn't have no kind of, education with the Bible and stuff.
Okay.
Because my auntie raised us, she didn't really know.
She didn't go to church, so you didn't really have anybody to bring you up into church. That's fine, and you're going to be the easiest person to work with because of that. Watch. How you doing, sis? I know it's about to start a little rain. I don't know if y'all want to stand under the tree right here or under that tree to get out of the rain. I don't know, but it ain't bad yet. But if it do, under the tree will be just fine. So my sister that just walked up, what's your name? How you doing?
I'm there. I'm a
Oh, praise. You go to college? You going to college here? You go to Clark? Okay, cool. So you in school? You go to church? You grew up in church?
I did.
Okay. Do you go to church now? Good. But why did you stop going?
It was a lot of issues. I couldn't really go to church, like scheduling issues with work.
Okay. So it wasn't that you left because of anything particular. You just like, I can't make it. Mm-hmm. All right. So do you believe in God and things like that? You believe in God, even though I know you didn't grow up in church. My sister Sasha, she believes in God. She's trying to find out what the truth is. So we're gonna go through that with y'all real quick before this rain. Hey, give me Psalms 119, 142, and then we're gonna go to John. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll read either way. It don't matter which order, whichever one you get first.
Got John.
Psalms. Here we go. Watch this. Let's see what the truth is, Sasha. Because you said you're trying to find out what that is. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142.
Go ahead.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and the law is thy truth.
So what's the truth, Sasha? Read it again.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
Go ahead.
And thy law is the truth.
Oh, baby. He said thy law?
Thy law. So the law of God is the truth. So as we learn the laws of God, you're learning the truth then. Let's go to John now. Let's see why is that important. Let's see why is us learning the laws important. Because what would be your race? What would you say?
Black African.
Like African American. What would you say your race is, mother?
And I learned years ago that I was a Hebrew. I was kind of fighting it because I didn't understand it. I had to kind of grow up.
Okay. So y'all want them to slide under there? Yeah. Y'all slide in there. Y'all be straight. So you said you a Hebrew Israelite. Hebrew is a language. You're an Israelite. All right. So Sasha, what would you say your race is?
From there I would say God.
No, what is your race? What would you say?
Oh, it's my race?
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess I say African American.
Say African American. Cool. How old are you, Sasha?
I'm 35.
35. Okay. So I'm 42. I was born before that term was ever created. We're the same people. But I'm not an African American because when I was born, by the time that term came out, I was already 3. So then what is my race then, since I'm not an African American, but we're the same?
Just black?
You see how crazy that is?
Or
Black is just a color. You see how crazy that is? That's a slave term to say African American. To say African American when we're the same people. But I was born before that. Some of us was born before that. So we cannot be African American. That's not possible. That is a term they put on us And they change our names over and over again. They used to be Afro-American, black, color, Negro. Now they got African-American, and all of us say, I'm an African-American. Proudly. Proudly.
I don't say it proudly.
Jesse Jackson.
Yes, that's exactly who coined the term. When he was running for president, they coined it then, and it stuck on us then. I was 3 years old when that happened. So there is no way possible we can be African Americans when Jesse Jackson, before it was created, was already a grown goddamn man.
Right.
At first, we was calling ourselves colors. When we found out, I said, well, we African American.
So we finna explain to you. Read that what you got in John. So we know the laws of God is the truth now. So we all here trying to find out what the truth is. Go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
That is why knowing the truth is very important. You'll be free from all the lies you're being taught.
Right.
So let's find out who we truly are. Deuteronomy 28, 68, and then we're going to read 29 and 1. Y'all going to tell me what our real race is. All right? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Let's get what Egypt is in Exodus 20 and 2. So that said, the Lord is going to bring these people into Egypt again. When Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, they were not free. That's why he said, let my people go, because they were slaves. We are the ones that built the pyramids. Well, we don't know who they are yet. Y'all don't know who y'all are. Then we just talking about people so far. We're going to find out who they are. Read that. Let's see what Egypt means as a word.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So the land of Egypt, out of the house of what? So what does Egypt mean? House of what? What's another word for bondage? Slavery.
That's right.
So let's read it again now in Deuteronomy 20. So put slavery there when you hear the word Egypt. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Into where? Slavery.
again with ships.
How did we get into slavery here? So now we're reading about our history out of the Bible.
Right.
Because our people don't go to church, so y'all are trying to figure out the answers, but you got to have the right teachers to show you. Sis, you might as well come over and find out who you is too. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Go ahead.
And there,
when you get off the slave ships over here in America, in the South, go ahead.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
When we sold to our enemies. And what's your last name?
Owen.
Is that our people last name or is that a white man last name? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? There's proof we were sold. We took on their last name. Now we got a Owens family reunion and all of that. When that ain't our family name. Our family name is Israel, and we finna find that out. Go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
So we were sold as slave men and slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall redeem you out of this slavery. That's why we call Christ our Redeemer. When he comes back, he's gonna save us. Ain't that what we say? Save us from what? Our enemies.
That's right.
So then we gotta know who our enemies are. But if we don't know who God's people are, we don't even know which one we are. Read the very next verse, 29 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 1.
Let's see what it was said to.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So who was Moses saying was going to go on slave ships? The children of who? So who are we if we descend from them? So who are we? So y'all are the real Jews.
That's right.
Y'all are the people of God. Matter of fact, let me get that. Isaiah 45 and 1. Or 44 and 1. Let's see what God feels about us. Because we like to walk around thinking we're regular people. Y'all ain't regular women standing up here. Y'all are not regular women.
Come on.
They'll tell you you're regular women, and then you go and act like everybody else. But if you knew that Israel meant you are a princess that has power with God, ain't that royalty? Don't that mean the only people that can pray to God is y'all and me? So we are the ones that got power with God. So when we pray, God hear us. But will he hear us if we living like everybody else does?
You know?
See what I'm saying? Now we got to understand that. We got to then start questioning, will God hear me if I'm doing the opposite of what he said when he already told me I was his son or his daughter? Because y'all are his daughters. Do you have children? You are a child of someone. Do you have kids?
I have one.
You have one. If they don't do what you say, do you listen to them? If they don't listen to you, do you listen to your kids? Do you reward them from going against what you said? Or do you punish them? You punish them. What in the world makes us think our God is not the same when we his sons and daughters?
Bring it out.
We think his love is unconditional. It's not. It's conditional. We have to do something to get it. Because we already had it once before and we decided to go against him. So we said, I'm going to put your behind in slavery, and that's where we at now. Then he says, in order for me to start hearing you again, son or daughters, y'all got to obey what I said first.
Right.
We have not been taught that in church. That's why people leave in the churches now.
Right.
Read what you got. Yep.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Yet now hear, O Jacob,
Read.
my servant, and Israel,
So we talking to the Israelites. Go ahead.
who I have chosen.
Who did God choose? He chose the Israelites. And that's y'all just found out that's you.
Right.
You just found out that's you. That's the truth that you've been looking for.
That's right.
That's the truth you've been wanting to find out. So why in the world would you continue to go where you've been going instead of coming where the brothers that's really showing you what the Bible say at? Because then you can get your answers. Because as you stood, you said, I'm just trying to find out what the truth is. We didn't run from your question. We dealt with it because we understand where you at. A lot of us came out of the Christian church, out of all these different doctrines, and now we understand we do know the truth now. But we got to live like it, though. Give me that in John 9:31. Because all our people are praying and you finna go to school, am I right? You've been shopping, finna fill up the refrigerator and things like that. But listen, you have to repent. I'm gonna give y'all the law real quick. Read what you got before you leave. Give me 2 scriptures. Go ahead. Read that.
The book of John, chapter 9 and verse 31.
Go ahead.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
Anybody ever read this scripture to y'all before? That God don't hear sinners?
I heard it on social media.
You read it on social media. So it said God does not hear sinners. So if we are all in the midst of sin and we want to pray to God, does he listen then? Does he listen?
Does he listen?
Yeah, based off of what he just said. Read it again. Stay where you're at. Read it. Listen to the words of the Bible. This is our book. It was only written to us. That's why we constantly are reading about Israel in the whole Bible. Our people wrote it for us. Like you said, you wanted to know about all was there different Bibles? True. And they were written by us. They were translated into English so we can read it in this slavery today. Now we can read it. But if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a what? A book, because we don't read. We would rather watch a YouTube video or use ChatGPT to get through college instead of reading. I ain't saying you is. I ain't saying you is. What I'm telling you to do, read, sis. Read. Don't let all this stuff deceive you. I ain't saying you can't use AI for different stuff. I'm in IT. It's good for certain things. But don't go out here getting all twisted up with what the world is saying about who you are and how you must conduct yourself. Right. That is in the Bible.
Bring it out.
Go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 9 and verse 31.
Go ahead.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
So if we are sinning, does God hear us? No. Read on.
But if any man be a worshiper of God,
Go ahead.
and doeth his will,
Read.
him he heareth.
So if you do what he said, that's his will, keep the laws. If you do what he said, then he will hear you. So for y'all to be Israelites, when you pray, if you're not doing what he said, he doesn't hear you. I'm going to give you a law, Deuteronomy 22:5.
Bring it out.
Watch this. Because we all love God, we all know there's a God, we all believe there is a God, but we have not taken on the fact that finding out what he wants us to do. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Go ahead.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Read.
For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So it says I cannot dress like a woman as a man. If I was dressed like a woman, what would I have on? What would I have on? If I was dressed like a woman, what would I be wearing right now? Huh? Yeah, women garments. If I was dressed like how a woman dresses, what would I be wearing? A what? A what? A dress. What's the opposite? If a woman is dressed like a man, what is she wearing, Sasha? Pants. So should women be wearing pants?
Women should never be wearing pants.
No. No, they should not. That's a law in the Bible. That's what it said. It said it's an abomination. A lot of times, you wasn't taught this, Sasha. I understand that. That's why we here.
Right.
We are here because you've never been taught. That's why we are outside on the corner trying to teach our people, to anybody that will listen, because we don't want to see you be destroyed because of that. You have a daughter or a son? You have a daughter or a son?
A daughter.
A daughter. Your daughter is going to be exactly how you are. If you don't follow God, she won't follow God. But if you teach her how to follow God properly, she will do so. She's going to be like you. But if God says y'all can't cross-dress, you can't wear pants like me. They were never made for you. That's why the term says, hey, who wore the pants in the house? Sasha, who wore the pants in the house in 2025?
What do you mean who wore the
Huh?
pants in the house?
Who wears the pants in the house in 2025? Who makes all the decisions and the rules in the house?
It depends on who's in the house.
Who's supposed to be making those decisions, Sasha?
Every house don't.
I
Sometimes the
get
house
that.
only got one person.
I said who's supposed to be making those decisions.
I can't answer.
Yes, you can, Sasha. That's why you laugh when you start when I ask the question. Who makes those decisions in 2025?
Well, the man's supposed to be.
The who?
The man.
The
But
men
but
are supposed to be, but who's doing it now?
The woman, because the men are not really in the house,
Why not?
you know.
Now, the
Because-
question then, I like what you said. The men are not in the house. Sasha, what's your name one more time? Elizabeth, right? Why aren't the men in the house?
But I know a lot of men, because I see it all the time. I know a lot of men blame the woman and stuff, but I mean, I feel like, you know, that, to me that, you know, a man, you know, if he, especially the black man,
Yeah.
you know, he's supposed to, you know, if he wouldn't be doing the stuff he's doing and stay with this one woman, he start having kids by and stuff and all, and try to settle things, both of them. And I know we got some sketchy women's out here,
Okay.
you know, and I see them every day, you know, and I don't say nothing to them because I don't want to get, you know, beat up and stuff, you know.
But go ahead.
So, you know, but anyway, and I just think the man, you know, role is to, you know, to be the dominant person in the household, but in a godly way, and stay home with his family, not just go from one house. When I was a little girl, black men had 2 or 3 families in the neighborhood, weren't taking care of neither one of them.
I understand that.
You know,
I understand.
and the woman, and the woman, and then if a man gonna leave a woman, take the kids, because I read in Ephesians, I forgot.
You said if a man leaves the woman, take the kids
Take
with
the
him?
kids, because that's what the Bible says. He's supposed to raise up the kids in the way of the Lord.
All right.
You know.
So now, Elizabeth, some of the things you said are right, and some things you said are not right. Now, Sasha, I want to hear what you have to say as to why men are not in the households today.
Shouldn't a man be answering that? Because I don't know why a man.
Why do you think, as a woman, we are not in the households today? Watch this.
Maybe
How many of us
possibly
out here
having
married?
raised.
Raise your hand if you're married. How many of you stay in the house with your wife and your kids? So the question then has to be, why are they not staying in the houses with those that are not keeping the commandments?
But can I ask you a question?
It's never been asked that way before to you. Yes, ma'am. What you got? Come on, bro. I'm going to ask the man, too, because he here now. We're going to incorporate him right into this conversation. How old are you, bro?
I'm 22.
22. So you in school or you about to graduate? Supposed to graduate?
I'm like a senior, yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, 22 years old, you about to go and get up out of there. You about to have that bachelor's degree and do your thing cross stage. I understand. Quick question. Did you grow up with both parents in the house?
I have.
You did. All praises. But why do you think black men are not in the houses with their kids? What would you say is the reason why? Because I've heard from an older sister, Miss Elizabeth. Sasha didn't want to answer. She said, should not be asking the man. You came right up. So now we're going to appease what she said, and we're going to ask you, why do you think black men are not in the homes with their kids and families?
That is a very tough question, but I honestly think it comes down to just. I think it just comes down to people just not following what their parents have, taught growing up.
Okay.
As, doing what you're supposed to do, basically.
Understood. All right. So Sasha, you thought about it yet? You want to give me an answer? Now I answered it. Now I asked you.
I mean, the closest one I could come up with.
That's what I want. I want whatever you come up with.
How
they were raised. Okay. So if that's the case, when you say they, you mean the men? Or what about?
Yeah, because we're talking about black men.
All right, we're not talking about just black men. We're talking about black women too. And I say black women, Hispanic women, and Native American.
Black men.
As to why they're not at home, yes.
At home.
But do the women also share the blame?
I would guess so, because a mom raises a son.
She's raised a certain way too. Watch this. Read what you got, Sirach.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 23.
This is something we don't understand out of the Bible. And all of a sudden, here come the sirens when we finna read the truth to y'all. Remember, the truth shall set you free, right? That's what the Bible said. How you doing, sis? So it says, the truth shall set you free. Ain't that what we read earlier? So ye shall know the truth, and it shall set you free. This is the truth of the matter as to why this is happening in our communities. Read what the Bible says God said it was going to happen.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
What does that mean? A wicked woman is given to a wicked man. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Me and him was discussing that.
So what does it mean?
I mean, if you're wicked, if you're wicked anyway, just like he was saying, if you're wicked, God not going to send you a godly person, male or female. You know, so, but that scripture is talking about, like, if you's a wicked man, God gonna send you a wicked woman.
There you go.
Yeah, I heard.
So listen. That would mean we share responsibility. That would mean it ain't just black men's fault that we ain't at home. Yeah. It's also black women's fault we ain't at home too. But what we hear a lot in our communities, those black mothers that get those kids will teach that child against that father because they want that child to see them as the angel in the relationship and see the father as the bad person because he's not there to defend himself. But we're reading. Imagine a son or a daughter finds out, well, God said a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. Mama, what did you do wrong? Imagine that question after they turn and find
out. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Do you understand what we're saying first?
I understand.
Read it again. Read it again. Because Elizabeth, I heard what you said. And a lot of things you said was men's fault.
Well, I mean, looking at, him being the head and stuff, and I tell, a lot of men that, if you want to be the leader of the head,
you mind if I take some photos of this?
The woman won't let me see my kids.
Yes.
Why not? I mean, you the head.
Are you leaving, Sasha? Are you leaving now?
I gotta go.
Oh, man.
No, Sasha.
Thank you, guys.
Did you get a flyer as well? Are y'all two together?
I have a flyer.
All right.
Have a good one.
Let's continue to talk. Come on, Mother. We'll talk to you. You ain't running. But we're going to explain what you said. Because what you said was a lot of, the fault falls on the man because he's the head.
Well, back about what? 20 years ago, I studied Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
And the way they was talking that the man is the head,
Yes.
And if you're going to be but back in the day, y'all kept breaking, the Most High laws. That's where we kept going into captivity and stuff, to different nations.
We in this one now because of that.
Exactly. So I just feel like if the man is the head, and then, if he really wanted his kids, he can go, living in America, he can go to the courts.
That is false. I'm going to tell you why that's false, Elizabeth. Literally in the state of Georgia, this state here, this is where we at. There's old laws here. They have not adopted these new laws and things where they'll do a true investigation. They still don't do it in the states that adopted that. In Georgia, do you know the mother don't even have a place to live, don't have to have a place to live, and if she goes and wants to put the dad on child support, he can be making money and have the means to take care of that kid. Georgia will give the kids to the mother anyway. You see what I'm saying? That is this state we are standing in right now. So when you say all he got to do is go to court and get him, that is false. Many fathers have spent thousands of dollars in court to try to get custody of their kids. And the mother ain't got to do a thing but show up. She ain't got a place to live, nothing. That man can take care of them with no problem. Give them to the mother, make him pay child support. You know why they did that? Because then we will go to jail and they put us on the chain gang then, and then we build up this country for free in slavery.
Bring it out.
So when our women don't understand the systems that are out there against men, that is why black women sometimes don't have respect for us, but y'all don't even understand what we're faced with. Y'all don't understand. There's a whole system built to protect you, to allow our women to destroy our children.
Bring it out.
Because it's statistically fact. Men that raise children, they are 80% less likely to go to prison. When women raise children by themselves, they're 80% to go to prison.
Bring it out.
So a single father is better than a single mother. But why in the world would then Georgia make a law to not allow the father to take the child when they can? That would mean they understand that if we keep that son or daughter with their mother, we gonna get them in the system in a couple of years, and they gonna hold up this prison, and we gonna get all free labor from them. They know that. The problem is we don't know that. And our black women will flip it and say it's the men's fault. Oh, well, he ain't taking care of his household. Sometimes that's true. But a lot of times, when you think a man wants to argue with his wife when he comes home,
Bring it out.
let's get that a pillow of rest. Let's get that. Matter of fact, Genesis 3:16.
Bring it out. Come on.
Let's read that. We're going to show what God said. And this is what women don't want to do. This is why men leave. Because men don't want to argue with another man in the house. That's why I asked Sasha, who wear the pants? She said it depends on who in the house. She's a woman and she's saying it depends on who's in the house. And then she left. Because she has a daughter. And that hurt for her to find out. My daughter is going to find out one day that God said an evil woman is given to an evil man. Exactly. Let him wait. But she hasn't told her daughter she's evil. That's what black mothers don't do. Black fathers will be honest with their kids and say, I made mistakes. We will say that I was wrong, I didn't do this right. You talk to the mother never says, I messed up, until you confront them when you grown. Then the father or the son or daughter come back, Mama, you said this, and this. I spoke to Dad. He said you did that. Well, yeah, I did. Then it's like, well, why did you make me believe that he was wrong all my life? Now I don't got a relationship with my father because my mother lied. That is what happens in our community more than anything.
Right.
You understand? Now, we never should be in that predicament because we should have got married. As a people, we should be making marriages, not single mothers and single fathers.
That's right.
But when it does happen, in order to fix it, why is it that the mothers make themselves as angels when they made mistakes too? Listen to the Bible. Read what you got.
Book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
So whenever a woman goes through pain, like a period, or whenever women have babies, it hurts. That is to remind you of something. The only reason why y'all hurt whenever you have a baby or have a period is for one reason. Because of sin that the women created. But God is trying to remind you of something. Go ahead.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
Y'all come on up, brothers. We going over marriage right now. But I got a question. You got a cross on. What does the cross mean for you, bro?
I wish you would have asked this question.
What was his question?
He said, if we know how to take over the world, why haven't we done it yet?
We doing it now.
Right.
We doing it now.
Find out what it is. I'll find out.
We doing it now. Instead, our people would rather stay slaves and keep walking around with crosses on. That's slave doctrine.
Right.
That's a good slave, because nowhere in the Bible does Christ say do that. But then we'll ask, well, if you know how to take over the globe, well, how you do it? Why are you trying to fit in with the world then?
Bring it out.
Why are you trying to fit in and be like everybody else? Because you don't want to take over the world. You like being a slave.
Right.
Read what you got. Read on.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
That is why women hurt when you go through labor. Go ahead.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
And he shall what?
And he shall rule over thee.
So if a woman has a baby by a man, should that man rule over her since she want to have sex with him?
Yeah, because we're in sin now.
But wait. Who chose the man to open their legs up to?
That's it.
Who chose the man for them to open? Who do women make the choice of who they sleep with?
I mean, it go both ways.
No. Men control marriage, women control sex.
Men's control who they have sex with too.
That's true.
Okay.
But
so
women is called has anybody ever heard of a man being raped?
Nope.
That's not in the news. That's not in the news. Now molestation, true. But you don't get no reports when men 30, 40 years old are being raped by a woman. You don't read that. Yes, they do. But that is less than 1%.
Because
Miss Elizabeth,
okay.
answer me this. Are you a virgin at your age?
You can say that.
No. Have you ever had sex before in your life?
Because I got
I've had sex before in my life. Have you ever had sex before in your life?
Yeah.
Did you choose the man that you allowed to lay with you?
Of course I did.
Now listen,
okay,
I want you to listen to this. Read that again.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow
Go ahead.
and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Go to thy husband, boyfriend, and girlfriend ain't in the Bible. Read on.
And he,
That same one you allowed to sleep with you. If you thought he was handsome enough or good enough for you to open your legs to, go ahead.
he shall rule over thee.
What did God just say he should do?
He shall rule over me.
In order for him to rule over you, what do you have to allow him to do?
Let him rule over me.
There you go. That is what's not happening in our community.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.